Hey everyone. I see
Hello.
we've got a few people watching already this morning, Krista, or this afternoon, I guess.
Oh
It's
my.
not morning. How is everybody? We're so excited to get this started, and hopefully we'll get a few more people joining us here, but we won't keep you guys that were prompt and on time waiting long. Um, it is Wednesday. I saw somebody that's doing something like star date whatever because this feels like such an unusual time in our history. I went out the other day to the post office and it was the first time I was a little kind of taken aback because I hadn't seen everybody all in their gloves and their masks and their, kind of precautionary tales, and I was like, wow, this is surreal. So welcome everyone. This is Shoot Like a Girl. We are doing our live session in the afternoon. Today we're going to talk about AR-15s, which I'm excited to talk. I did a story for USA Today one time and I got all this hate mail because I said they were so much fun to shoot. And the people that aren't used to ARs, I will say that, they sent me, how can you say that shooting that gun is fun? But I will tell you it is a lot of fun to shoot. And we're going to explain some of the differences and answer your questions and talk about an AR-15 and what makes it different. Krista is with us, and I think she's got some announcements. I know y'all are probably wondering who won the prize last week. Krista, are you there or are you froze up? Okay, y'all, I think Krista is frozen. She will pop out and pop back in the meantime, and she will tell us who won when she comes back. So when we're at the trailer, a lot of people will tell us that they're a little bit apprehensive or frightened even of the AR-15. And I ask why all the time, like, why are you frightened? Well, it's a military firearm. It's for war. And the version that civilians have is different than what our military has. And it's very simple in terms of a semi-automatic versus an automatic. There's Krista.
Oh
Yay.
my goodness. Remember
Hi,
technology.
technology. You gotta love it.
Yeah, I gotta love it. Sorry. Where did we leave off?
So I'm going to go back. I started to talk about the difference between a semi-automatic and an automatic, but I'm going to turn it over to you so you could maybe announce the big winner from the
from
other
Wednesday.
day.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
from Monday.
Monday. Yeah, what day is this?
Oh, so yes, Monday we talked about conservation, and we had a great engagement on our live feedback. We also have a winner of the Bushnell binoculars. Drum roll, please. Our winner of the Bushnell binoculars is Ashley Mallard. Yay!
Hey!
So Ashley will reach out to you, get your mailing address, and those will take, we got things coming from different partners, so expect, 2, maybe 3 weeks.
Yep. Hey, great. Hey, Jennifer, it is sunny here in Alabama, but it's starting to get cloudy again already, so we don't know. So we were talking about semi-automatic and automatic and the difference and why people think that ARs are scary, Krista, because they think they're kind of a military firearm. And it's so far from the truth what civilians have compared to what our military have. And the difference is real simple in the semi-auto versus auto. So for you guys, semi-automatic is when you have to pull the trigger for each time that the bullet ejects and the casing comes out, right? You have to pull the trigger, pull the trigger, pull the trigger. And automatic, you pull the trigger and it just keeps firing automatically.
That's right. Automatic. So the pull the trigger each time is just like a handgun, right? I mean, that's the same thing a handgun does.
Correct.
Yeah, so it's just a larger version of the same process.
Yeah, and then it is kind of similar in terms that you can really mount a lot of gear on it. So our friends at Magpul are great at creating all this gear, but really you can put a light on it, you can put a scope on it, you can change your scopes pretty interchangeably, you can put a different kind of hand grip. The stock is adjustable, which for me, for women starting to shoot, it's really one of the better forms to do because you can literally adjust that stock to fit your length of pull. And when I say length of pull for you new shooters out there, the length of pull is when you have your firearm. I'm going to try to back up and get in the right spot. When you have your firearm mounted and you're looking down the barrel, the distance between where your shoulder, the gun hits your shoulder and your finger, that's your length of pull, kind of down your forearm. Krista, can you explain that a little better?
Not any better than you did, except for here's what happens if the length of pull is not correct for you. It's not going to sit in the proper spot. You might get it there the first time. It won't be a comfortable fit. And if you shoot over and over, it's going to be more likely to move because it's not seated correctly. You know, Karen, you said something a minute ago that just triggered this memory in my mind. I do get the honor of working as an instructor at the rifle station in our trailer. And so for those of you that have not ever been inside the Shoot Like a Girl trailer, when you come in, it's like this, no one expects what they're going to see when they come in. You walk up a ramp and you enter a door, and now you're in this really awesome place. You sign in and you have handgun and rifle on the left and live archery on the right. And so many people will be waiting in line for the handgun, and the rifle station is open. I'm like, hey, you want to come join me? They're like, oh no, it's kind of scary. I'm like, if you want to learn, I'll be glad to walk you through it. I won't leave you alone. I promise. If you trust me and listen, it will be okay. And we've had, I can't count, and I can see some instructors watching in here, and I know they're shaking their heads too. Those people that come to the counter and you can see fear and it's afraid. It's because they don't know, and it's just a new thing and it looks scary. And we walk them through each piece and how to fit it to your body and how to use the sights or the red dot, which we've got now, which is awesome. And they shoot it and they hit the target. We see tears, we see joy. All of it is happiness. We got people cheering. They couldn't believe it. Oh my gosh, I've never done this before. It's always been so scary to me. And it's that message, right? They get to cross over, and it's okay. It's okay.
That's right. It really is. It's funny when people are a little apprehensive, and it's unfortunately because the media has not given this firearm a great reputation, and they don't talk in correct terms. I don't know if you all know, but the term AR is not stand for assault rifle. It is for armament light, which is Armalite. Thank you, Armalite, which was the first AR manufactured, and so that's why they got the term AR for this style of rifle. So it's almost like a style of clothes, like, you know, culottes. Honestly, I know I'm dating myself with my culotte analogy, but you know, culottes were cool for the people that could carry them off. But
so I'm going to tell you, that's like third, fourth grade for me. So I can remember those little moon bottom boots, you know, went with the culottes. Yeah. Oh, okay.
That's right. I'm looking here.
So I was going to say something too. You know, we talk about that the AR-15 kind of falls in that modern sporting rifle, and you just talked about culottes, which is kind of a good analogy. Rifle. Think about, for those of you that are not familiar at all with firearms, particularly rifles or long guns, right? Long guns would be not a handgun and long gun. And you think, oh, I visualize my grandfather's whatever hanging over the mantle. It's wooden. We have it with our family. It's a treasured prized possession. The AR-15 is just that in some cases, because calibers are different, those same rifles, it's just all dressed up for Saturday night. I mean, really, it's the way it looks, right? It's just a visual.
What I really like about an AR is that you can accessorize it. And so you can really make it your own. We have some girls that shoot competitive three-gun competitions, and they bring their ARs in, and you're just like, wow, it's all shiny. It's almost like when somebody dresses up a car with different kinds of wheels and different kind of covers. It looks so cool the way that they dress them up. And then they're also function better. So almost every accessory has a functional piece. So it's not just to be girly. It is really to make that firearm perform at the peak for what those girls need. And again, I go back to Magpul because they make all of these great things.
So Monica Schaefer just commented, I got to share this. My AR style was my first baby. And to this day, it stands as the gun I find easiest to shoot and that I'm most comfortable with. And I think that can be any firearm, long gun, short handgun, rifle, it doesn't matter. It's what you connect with. It's really
Yep.
with the AR-15 are just, it's an acronym, and the visual of it is different, but it shoots the same way.
Yep. Yep, it really does. It shoots one round at a time with each pull of the trigger, which makes it semi-automatic. The recoil is absorbed a lot better in an AR, though, because they do have vents so that the gas will escape, so that the recoil isn't all coming back right at the shooter. And so that's another reason that we like an AR for a new shooter, because it has a little bit less recoil, plus it has that adjustability. Now, I will tell you, some are heavy. And so we use shooting sticks in the trailer to help secure that weight. So if you're shooting prone, do you guys know that there's 3 ways that most people shoot, right? It's kneeling, prone, or standing, right? And when you're standing and you've got this big heavy gun, you might get a little wobbly woo. So if you use a shooting sticks to support that, that helps you take that pressure off of you. That's why if you really want to shoot good, you want to have a great core strength, which is something I'm working on. Not very well while we're sitting at home with my refrigerator calling me every 5 minutes. But like,
yeah, I understand that completely. And that's another good point, Karen. So it's a kind of a, it's very difficult for a new shooter or even a novice shooter if their person, maybe their husband, their boyfriend, their dad, their brother, their uncle, or just the neighbor, maybe even the instructor, who could be a male, then there's nothing wrong with male instructors, go to use or show that AR-15 or any kind of a long rifle, and it looks like it's as easy as butter, right? They're not even struggling with the weight. Remember that women's strength is from the belly button down. That's how we were made. And men's strength is from the belly button up. That's how they were made. So we have to be able to understand that. Doesn't mean it's not right for us. We just find those different things. And the sticks work, but also with the Magpul products, right? So we have this conversation at my house often because my arms are shorter than my husband's. And he'll put something at the front, right? An extra grip piece for me. And I'll ask him, that's too long. He's like, no, it's not too long. And I show him my arms are shorter. Oh, I can't show you in the camera, right? Whoop. My arms should not be fully extended, right? It's got to be bent so that I can full. And it's just different. We're different. And it's okay to find those things that we need to fix it. And Magpul's got some great products. Hey, I forgot to mention this really quick. Hang on a second. So today, for all of you lovelies out there who are going to like, comment, and share, here's our giveaway. Now, I won't give you mine, but they are Magpul sunglasses. Magpul is one of our partners, and we're talking about how they can add accessories to your rifles, but they also have some other shooting accessories, including glasses and shooting gloves and some shooting gear. So today, for like, comment, and share is the Magpul glasses.
Yep. I want to talk about another benefit of an AR, right? Is this magazine and the capacity for a new shooter. It has a larger capacity, which for me, I love because it's really disconcerting if you're shooting well and you're working on something and you on round 8 you've figured it out, and then you go round 9, round 10, and then you have to stop and reload your magazine, and then you have to put your mind back into what you were training for. With a larger capacity magazine, in terms of training, you really can work on the execution of each of those shots very comfortably without having that break in shooting to where you have to kind of restart everything that you've just got your mind all kind of in. So it's another great reason that new shooters really can find good use in an AR.
Here's another great comment, right? So Amy Smith Kennedy says that she's been shooting firearms for a few years, and just recently she got the nerve to shoot the AR and she fell in love. Right. And so
Yeah.
we've got another comment down here, which I think is, I'm going to bring this up as just a fact.
All
Because
right,
I think,
I gotta brag on Amy Kennedy real quick though. So I
okay,
know
go
Amy
ahead.
Kennedy.
Go ahead and
Yes. So
brag.
Amy Kennedy, sorry, Amy, I don't mean to embarrass you, but Amy Kennedy was one of the first women that came through the archery portion of Shoot Like a Girl. And I was very fortunate. I had met her husband the year we launched. And he's like, I want my wife to shoot. I want my wife to shoot. And I'm like, well, bring her. We're going to be in Louisville. Bring her and I'll meet her and we'll get her to shoot and she'll love it. And she came in and she looked at me like, lady, you are not getting me to shoot a bow. And she was kind of adamant at first. And she finally shot and she loved it. And now you know what she is? She like wins championship tournaments. She's like a
Awesome,
champion
Amy.
archer. And I've been so fortunate to watch her over the years and watch her grow into this really great sportsman. She's got great sportsmanship and she always is representing our sports so well. And so kudos to you, Amy. But go ahead to the next comment.
Awesome, Amy. And she's out here, she's going whoop, whoop. Yep, she knows, right? So Carol Kalinowiski, I'm sure I brutalized that, sorry, Potter, says she purchased an M4 Colt 22. So these are all acronyms and letters and names and stuff that maybe all of you don't know. What I think is a really interesting fact is that when Armalite was the originator of the AR-15, that's where the AR comes from, and they sold the patent and the research to Colt. And Colt had it and has had it for even our military for years.
Right.
So she's shooting the Colt.
I know people that are current shooters understand that Colt stopped selling ARs to civilians right now. And it's not because they have anything against the AR for civilians. It's because they were at their capacity. They signed a foreign military sales contract to deliver ARs, and they are producing them for the military right now. And so when they do that, their production up so much that they couldn't continue to produce those civilian ARs. And so it has nothing to do, I hope someday that we'll get back to the civilian AR production, but it had nothing to do that they thought women or public should not have ARs. I think they're all for it.
And we have other partners that also have the AR-15 platform as their rifles as well. So they are available, just not by Colt at this time.
Yep.
We
Savage.
Oh yes, Savage, Ruger.
Yep, Ruger.
So
Springfield Armory.
Springfield Armory, yes. The saint. Sorry, there's a sidebar conversation about that. And many, many more. So we are already at 17 minutes and we're trying to be very good with our time so that we're good with y'all's time as well. If I don't see any other questions or anything, but if you come up with something, remember you can comment after this live post. We're still going to see that. We did not do the best job after Monday's live responding to everyone. I promise if you haven't gotten a response, you will. It's been one of those weeks. We're trying to still work through a few of the kinks, but we're going to get there. So these live on forever on our Facebook page because as we've all learned, everything on Facebook stays around for eternity. So please, if you come up with a question, want some clarification, you can still come back and comment. Oh, so Shannon, yes, we are. Yes. So Shannon Fisher Kindred said, Karen and Krista, are you the same ladies who toured with a shooting trailer to the Cabela's in Boise, Idaho last year? I was in Boise. Karen was not at Boise last year, but I was there. Yeah. So,
yeah. And we are excited. We do plan to get on the road soon. We're still practicing social distancing and trying to be part of the solution, not part of the problem. But we do plan to get on the road soon. And so far, we only have 2 events that we've postponed, which was Destin, Florida and Pearl, Mississippi. And we have plenty of time in the year to get those rescheduled, and we will get them rescheduled. I'm on the fence. Our next stop is Wichita, Kansas at the first weekend of May. Mm-hmm. And I'm waiting to see if the president extends the social distancing before we make a decision. But at some point, we'll have to make a decision on that. But the good news is we really do have a lot of time in the back half of the year to make up some of these stops. And our team of instructors is all anxious to get going. And we might do a few back-to-back weekends. It might be the summer of Shoot Like a Girl. Hey, that's all right. We'll have fun everywhere we go. But we are going to Oklahoma City. If you check our schedule at shootlikeagirl.com/events, you'll see our schedule and also our schedule for these Facebook Lives. I think Krista has given me the kind of time thing. Hey, everyone, we really, really appreciate you being here. We're going to try to send a survey out later to all the people that are watching and get some topics that you'd like, things that you want to go. These are going to be enduring for this whole next month, and I'm having so much fun. I might just keep doing this. And there's a need for it. And before we go, we do want to remind everybody about the firearm safety rules. My favorite is always treat a gun like it's loaded, even when you know it's not. Always keep your finger off the trigger. Always keep the muzzle, which means the barrel, pointed in a safe direction, or make sure you're not pointing it at anything you wouldn't be willing to destroy. And always know your target and what's beyond. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Krista. Y'all have a great evening. We're looking forward to seeing you on Friday morning and then back at it Monday morning. So you guys have a fantastic day. Enjoy. Keep the comments coming. And we're so happy to see y'all.
Right. So we'll be back here Friday morning, 9 a.m. Central, with going to the range as an individual or as a family. Range safety. We've got it slotted for a special guest. I don't want to say his name yet because he and I've got some time things going back and forth. He would like to have his daughter on with him, but with homeschooling happening, they threw in a class that she has to attend. So we are having a chat back and forth. And then on Monday, we are doing sustainable and healthy meal options with a special guest, Renee Ernest from True Timber. You guys will love her. She is an absolute doll and full of energy. If we ever got tired, we would just need to get near Renee and then poof, we'd be right back at it. Don't forget, comment, like, or share to be eligible to win a pair of Magpul sunglasses. Thank you. Thank you. It's not quite sunny here, but we're going to pretend.
Say it. I'll be back.
I'll be back. We'll be back. We'll see you on Friday. Thank you all for joining us. I still see stuff coming in. We will answer you.
Yep, 9 a.m. on Friday Central Time, Sandra. You guys have a great day. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Bye.